Hello again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the backyard. And I found my glasses immediately. So I just got an order from Amazon. And I got some of these spoons that take the marbles out of those bottles, the squeeze bottles, quite well, as long as you can fit them in the hole. So don't expect them to work unless the hole is big enough. And on my Amazon link below, show more under the video, there are some bottles with large lids. So, couple of things. This has been out here for a couple days, and I am quite certain that if I put a little layer of Floetrol, which is what's in this bottle, right in this little container. I love these little containers. They came from Michael's, from the baking section, or the party section rather. And also, I left this paint out for a couple days just with the cottage cheese lid on it, and I think it's completely usable, and I'm going to probably squeeze some more paint in there and use it very shortly. So, this is the original ball chain that I used that I got from the hardware store that was local for $1 a foot. This is the spool of ball chain I just got from my Amazon link, and if you can see from there, it's teeny tiny. And you get 48 feet for 10 bucks, and you get 10 feet for 10 bucks. So I should have figured out that there was a gauge issue, and I'm going to grab a good section of this with my craft scissors, and yes, oh, there we go. Not as hard as I thought. And don't do that with your good scissors, because you'll probably leave little notches in your blade. Anyway, so I have a 10 by 20 inch canvas over here. And I have got a container up here. And I'm thinking that I want to play with some colors in stripes. I'm probably going to put a base layer on the canvas, and I'm not sure what color it's going to be yet, but I am going to tip this forward so that my stripes go from that side, and I'm going to try and alternate them with white, because the white usually disappears. I don't usually like to use white when I'm doing scapes, but this is a striped variation, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Whatever comes about is fine. I've got two blue colors for my sky. I think I'm going to try and use those up top. And I've got that white. I think I want some different purple in there. So it's a surreal scape in as much as it's not going to look like anything realistic unless you know of some place that's mostly purple on the planet, because that's what I want to do right now. And that color I love, as we know about me. You never know what I'm going to do with this. I mean, my intentions could fly out the window at any moment. That's just basically the truth. I am willing to change with the wind, or the weather, whatever you want to call it. Here, I don't change too much with the weather. I'm still out here in most thunderstorms. Alright, I think I've gone a little further than I anticipated to go, but I want some of that Prussian blue in there. And of course it sinks. So I'm going to take my colors and get them mostly out of my way, and put this up out of my way. Grab an OXO, grab a OXO omelet turning spatula, and take some of that white and use the colors I've got to use up, which are beautiful, but they're going to go further than I need them to go, so I guess I'm not going to be using them up. Whoa, I almost knocked that over. Come here, little spoon. Too many things in my way. So since the bottom is surrealistic, it doesn't matter what the top looks like. I love that lighter shade of purple. I wish I could tell you. I think that's an Anita's. I think that's something I just got. And I am going to pull this right up to the edge and knock my spatula off along the edge of it, just to give myself a little bit of color base on the edge. And then spread it. Doesn't matter what's falling down, we'll deal with it. Some of these darker colors, like the blues, often show through, and I sometimes think it would be much better for me if I did one painting one day and went back the next day. And I've done a few of those recently, and I think that that's definitely a possibility. I'm just going to do things I always wanted to do, which is put a line of white at my horizon line of my clouds, because I was thinking about putting white clouds in anyway. Just going to make sure everything is filled in, and I love that purple, so I think I'm just going to give myself permission to use as much of it as I want. And then wipe off my spatula down below, which I don't think is going to hurt whatever paint I add in there. My edges are okay. The spatula is great unless you leave marks, and I don't know, sometimes I like the marks and sometimes I don't. Mostly I don't. So I go back and hit it again, and that never seems to have been a big problem so far, for me at least. Having to hit it again, I mean. I also have a round front spatula, which is a Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatula. Along with the OXO is available on the Amazon link below, show more. Where is it? It's right here. It's number 5. That leaves fewer marks. So now I have the sky air portion of whatever I'm going to do, and I'm going to wipe off my spatula on my handy dandy sweatshirt weight cotton's a good idea, dampened studio rag. And I am going to take the paint I had at the beginning of this. Oh no, I'm not. I lied, sorry. So I'm going to do something that I did a long time ago, and I'm going to do a traveling ring pour, and I'm going to see if I can do little tiny random shapes. And it's not impossible that I may put some black in here. I've never done such small ribbon dribbles, expecting miracles. I have no idea what's going to happen. This is a whole new ball game right here, right now. Just playing with what might occur. It's a pretty simple color palette. I mean, there's no orange, no gold, and no copper in there. Just these purples and that turquoise. But that being said, and seeing what I'm seeing, I really kind of want to find my Anita's black, which is very gunmetal gray, and put some of it in here because I can. Hey, that's the name of my first volume, my first book. You can find it on the Amazon link below. Show more. We're almost done editing volume 2. People have told me that they're waiting for it, so thank you for your patience. I'm going to grab an edge catcher as soon as I get that thing out of there. It does not belong. Actually, I think I left one next to me, which is kind of cool. Now, I don't know if I have an even quantity of paint or what it's going to do when I tip it up. But I think I am going to tip it up. I think I'm going to use that black right now. I'm not going to worry about the bottom until I tip it up and see. This might be the perfect one for Dr. Seuss trees. I say that all the time, so just ignore me. I crave Dr. Seuss trees. What can I say? Alright, so because I don't know whether I want to tip sideways, horizontally or not yet, I'm going to tip vertically, or whatever the opposite of vertically is when it's headed down. But I am going to let that paint pool, and some of it's on my arm now, and it's cold. And then, I did this the other day, in fact, just not in these colors. I was using some leftover colors. So I'm wondering what other colors I might want in there if I was going to allow myself the pleasure of an accent color. And I kind of think maybe white, just because I can. Yes, exactly. And I do this with the little vacant spots that the canvas is showing through on, just because it makes such a nice contrast. And I really like that idea of getting some contrast. except for over there on that side where I'm going to have to do something else entirely, which something else means scraping off my edge catcher and reusing my beautiful paint, which will probably just be paint to help other paint flow at this point, based on the fact that I'm going to use an edge catcher again. We'll let all that flow up for now and see what happens. And then I'm going to let it flow over also, which ought to make things very different very quickly. You never know what you're going to get until you try. So this is me giving it a go. Now I can keep the paint that lands on the edge catcher, or I can throw it back into the composition. And right now, because I see that little gap, I'm going to throw it back in. But I know there's plenty of paint there, which means I might want to catch it on the other side if I'm smart. So I'm going to keep using my turntable. Yeah, that's better. Ooh, that's great. That looks like land. Excellent. Things are going well for me now. I feel like I'm some space alien talking to you when I use that voice. Alright, so I want some more to cover that little naked spot right there. And then I really, really, really like the lay of the land. And the sky looks like it has stars in it. And I'm going to let all of this just flow right over. And if I like it enough, I'm going to take it off the edge catcher. Yep. Am I? Maybe I am, and maybe I'm not. Let it flow back again, because that's what I want to do right now. It just seems like a good idea to me. I can add other colors into this and continue to tip, because it's not that hot out here today. It's mid-70s, which is about perfect for me, and most people, I think. So I've got this paint here, and that strange spot there, and I'm thinking that I want to blow it around some because I can. And because I found a naked spot. Because I like to play. Now, I said I was going to use some of that chain, and then I completely moved it out of here. But you know what? I think I'm still going to try. Makes me want to put the edge catcher down right under there. So that paint is really heavy, so this might not be the perfect example. But I'm still having a good time with it. So I had some stuff I really didn't want to see go away there. I love that you can pull a loop of paint over and create a whole new looking area. That looks like a rolling sea, so I'm wondering if that should be mountains or an island at the back, and I think yes. I have just enough paint to cover the little bit of stuff that I need on my bottom edge that I see is missing. This side is good. The other side is good. I guess I should decide that I need to play with the small chain more. I'm not gonna mess with that. Yes, I did almost say that. So let's put a little moon in there just because we can. So rather than a big drop, I'm just going to put a little drop. Now, I'm not putting any brighter pink colors in there today because I can do that tomorrow if I want to. I don't know how that skewer got something on it, but now we have a knot. We have an off-white moon that might have a face on it. It looks more like the actual moon. I kind of wonder what I can get away with as far as stars go, but you know, those cells popping in the sky really look like it. So, for right now, that's pretty cool. And this is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery, telling you I torched to release the bubbles caught in the paint and to make patterns. And if I have to round that moon up, I will. I see that little spot. Where'd my skewer go? Is that a spot? No, but it makes me think because I have a full moon, I could put a little bit more white on the top of my mountains and be pretty happy about it. I don't use any silicone in my mix, and I have beautiful cells in the bottom because I use decor pouring medium and Floetrol half and half mixed. Whoops. And then I have my paint mixed with GAC 800, just a percentage. The pouring recipe is below the video. If you need to ask me questions, feel free to ask me questions. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you share my videos, it helps me out, and I appreciate it very much. And I'm going to give myself, I'm going to be very cautious. I'm going to give myself a little bit of white. And add some moonlight to the top of my mountains. So I have 2 minutes to tell you whatever I'm supposed to tell you, which is I appreciate it when you guys share my videos. Thank you very much. And really appreciate the thumbs up. I also appreciate when you binge watch, and you can, if you haven't, by going to my channel, which you can find by clicking on the name of my channel under the video or my face. Yeah, I like those little white marks. Very cool. Just very cautiously with my skewer, for the most part anyway. And I like the fact that there's some moonlight in the water too. Yeah, I'm not unhappy at all. So I love you guys. There's very nearly 85,000 of you. I think there was 84,500 when last I checked. And I really don't want that over there. I was going to put some white clouds in the sky, but I'm going to skip that for right now. And I'm going to tell you guys, if your notifications aren't turned on, you might want to check the help section on the YouTube channel search box, because there are all kinds of suggestions there for getting it turned back on. And the worst case scenario, you can always give feedback and complain. My art is for sale. I give private lessons at the house in Spring Hill. If you find a two-part video without the other part, first look under the video, then let me know and I'll fix it. The longer you watch a video, the more you help me out. If you watch the commercials, you definitely help me out. If you want to join the monthly drawing, it's a $10 minimum donation to help keep the studio going. Thank you to everyone who's contributed in the past to keep me painting. I really appreciate all of you. I love you very much. You can find a place to contribute through PayPal or Patreon, and you can find that on the channel header. I need to steal some paint because I see I need, well, you know what? I'm just going to make an adjustment. So what else do I need to tell you? I think I've told you most things, except for I have Facebook group pages. Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Appreciation is for students, and Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Fans and Collectors is for fans and collectors. Expressionist Art Studio Totes and More will take you to my Fine Art America Pixels.com pages, where you can see what I've been posting since 2013, and you can hit the Shop Now button to get there. I'm glad I put that line in. It really does look like the edge, but I'm not minding that I put it in even more so. So I love you guys, and check my playlists on my channel for 9 lists of 100. The last one's being populated, and genres like other swipes and geometrics and scapes and fantasies and orbs and flowers and flower gardens and stuff like that. And the Teespring clothing below the video helps support the studio, along with the sale of art and other merchandise. So if you want to be of help, it's Christmas. Go for it. I love you guys. This is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery, saying thank you for joining me. I hope you come tomorrow. Check the community board for tomorrow's video. Bye now. Priscilla out.